Hello, hello, hello. Welcome to another mystery transmission. My name is Denisa and I'm here to put myself on the spot. I'm here to practice being fully in the now, fully or as much as I can in my body and drawing from that wisdom out towards you. So let's see what wants to emerge today. Yeah, today I woke up with the theme of friendship, very, very alive. And yeah, even though in these transmissions usually I empty out, I want to also experiment with, yeah, if there is something that is still alive that I am bringing in, maybe it is of value. So let's see how this goes. So when it comes to friendship, there can be so many different types. And I noticed in myself how, for me, there's such a big difference between a romantic relationship where the partner is fully the one that I go to, the one that I have expectations from, while friendships for me are more like soul commitments, where if in the now I meet someone and we go on a journey together, the next day if they have to leave, we don't see each other for years, that's totally fine. And when we see each other again, it's like, wow, when did the time pass? So yeah, for me, I associate friendships more with the soul, more with the aliveness of the moment, rather than having something intentional, something that is built in time. And I see that only with romantic relationships. And yesterday I was in some conversations where people were mentioning building these intentional friendships. And it only made sense, like in some ways, because when we put all of our expectations, all of our needs, we want them to be met by our romantic partners, that's how we can easily go into codependency. And then on the other hand, if we do manage to have like just soul connections, soul friendships, soul romantic connections, where we are in the aliveness of the moment, like what we're practicing now, and whatever happens, and from there we keep building. So also, like in my series, in my practices that I'm doing now with all these videos, you might notice an evolution or an involution from one video to the next. So slowly, like form shapes itself around the energy, around, let's call it the soul energy. So what I'm trying to say now with this soul commitments that are not looking like commitments in the when the soul comes into form. But somehow I'm getting that unconsciously, if we do believe in other realms of maybe the higher self, if we believe that the soul is conscious all the time when we are unconscious of it, so while we are living our lives, even if we don't see certain people, if we believe that our souls actually continue the communication, continue building the relationship, for when we meet again, that time, it seems like time never stopped. So, what's coming to me now? Yeah, I'm noticing, there are clearly these two types, whether it's romantic relationship, whether it's friendship, where one comes from the deep trust of the soul, from the aliveness of the moment, which in my personal case, it's easier with friendships and it's hard with romantic connections. And then we have the other option where we intentionally put our time and effort, intentionally, consciously, like from our personal selves, into a personal friendship or intimate relationship. And while that might require effort, if we combine these, if we do feel a soul calling towards a person, if we know deep down that, yeah, if I were not to talk to this person, we would still be friends. But what if I intentionally choose, not through force, not through pressuring ourselves, but intentionally maintaining the connection? So almost like the soul comes all the way through into form, into the personality, and we are allowing that our personal self is opening up to collaborating. So inside, on the inside, it's also this kind of friendship forming between the soul and the personality. And then we are allowing this to come out in a more natural way. So maybe now going into an inner practice, going inside ourselves, taking all this information in, and noticing how does it land. Have I made a difference so far between soul friendships and personal friendships? Is there a difference between romantic relationships and friendships when it comes to who is in control, my personality or my soul? Or am I already in this inner collaboration between soul and personal self? Am I finding it easeful to bring my heart intentionally, consciously, into my daily interactions? And if not, what comes naturally for me? What would want to come naturally, but maybe I am still blocking? What am I longing for right now when it comes to friendship? Or maybe intimate relationship is more alive for you. But what if we can have both friendships and intimate relationships that come all the way from the aliveness of the soul, from the truth of the now, and they can shape itself, they can have a consistent form where love can keep flourishing inside this container, inside this form. So where the aliveness of the now is still allowed, we can still be attuned to the truth in each second, but within the container of the friendship, within that discipline. Yeah, I would, and I am including the word discipline here. And I'm also getting this flow of the feminine, flow of the aliveness of the now, that does need the masculine structure and discipline, the form and the container in which it can actually thrive, in which it can actually feel safe. So we do need friendships, we do need intimate relationships, and we do need a good inner relationship between our soul and personality, masculine and feminine on the inside, whatever we want to call them. Let's continue to cultivate. Let's continue to cultivate our inner friendship. And let's see how it wants to reflect itself on the outside. So in case you still have your eyes closed, in case you are still in your inner world, I invite you now to come out and take with you the message of today. The message of intentional friendship. And again, whether it's first on the inside, whether we are noticing on the outside in our connections with the others, and whether we are noticing it in our romantic connection, seeing if it does come out naturally, fully from the soul and into form, or if we are trying to push something to make some things happen, if we have expectations. And not to judge, but just to witness ourselves, to get to know ourselves better and evolve from there, one day at a time. So until next time, sending love.